Guys, I've done many a pod in my lifetime. I've done on locations. I've done here, but this is the first ever walk and talk that I've
Okay.
done.
Well,
As we've got
Yeah, there's
both
some
these
food on
guys right
April.
here. Wait. Am I getting the contrast right? I have a Winnipeg jersey and a Sask
Okay.
jersey.
First off, my thing is I'm wearing different jerseys each day of the Labor Day weekend.
Okay.
Yesterday was Riders. Today's Bombers. Saturday was Ticats, or Friday was Ticats,
Okay.
and then tomorrow's going to be a mixture of Hamilton and Toronto.
Why don't you do like you should have bought and buy like green and yellow shoes, red
Oh,
shorts, like a Ticats jersey and like an Argos hat. Really go all out for tomorrow. That's just me though. That's just me.
I mean, I could have.
But I want to ask because I know last time you were on, we talked about the walk. But how's everything going so far? Like, are you guys
Um,
having a great time? Like, how's everything? How's everything
yeah,
been?
we're in Burlington. I've made it to Burlington.
Okay,
I started at Oakville.
okay,
So Friday was BMO to Port Credit.
okay,
Yesterday was Port Credit to Lakeshore and Third Line.
okay. So Oakville,
Yeah, and then today's Oakville to Burlington.
and then
Or to
tomorrow's
Hamilton, I
Burlington.
should say.
Oh, so you are going to end up in Hamilton today?
Yeah, we're just stopping off for the game first.
Okay, yeah. Because the game kicks off in about an hour and a half for those listening. It was a very late episode. I'll be honest with you guys. Rick and I were supposed to record yesterday, but someone had a long day of. Rick was walking, and I was doing the complete opposite, where I was watching college football and had a few too many in me. So,
Well, technically, I walked from 1 till 10 last night. Or I should say 11.
what's the step count at right now?
Before today, I'm at 54,000 steps. Before
Was that like
today.
the whole weekend, or is that today?
No, that's yesterday and Friday.
Okay. So,
I haven't even
50,000.
included today.
Yes. And everything too. So, I'm not even going to jump right into it because we obviously know like everything. I believe it's Cancer Cures Manitoba where everything's going towards.
Yes.
Yes. Because I know, like we were saying, every year it's for the home of the Grey Cup and everything like that. So I'm guessing then this got broken up into groups where it's you and you said Dallas.
Me and Dallas. There's
then Connor.
Catherine, Nick, and Connor.
Okay.
Dan was with us the previous 2 days. So the great thing about Dan is he had what the heck is it?
cerebral palsy.
Cerebral palsy, and he still walked 40K.
Dan was superstar.
Okay, so I'm going to get into the serious question then because I see you guys are both in the jerseys then. Who's winning tonight? Is it Rick's?
You know Dallas is going for Riders.
Okay.
Everyone at Joe's Dogs Bar is going to be going for Riders. And after we got beat by the Riders, I'm going Winnipeg.
Here's how I'm going to go.
Don't pick
So,
visitors on Labor Day.
yeah.
Oh, so then you wouldn't pick Argos tomorrow then?
No.
we'll get that. We'll get the two of you. We'll get the two of you. I'm joined by Rick and Dallas here as they're on the 65K Labor Day walk for CFL Fans Fight Cancer. I'm saying this for the game tonight. I like the Riders to win, but I like the Bombers to keep it close. I think if the Bombers are, a team that everyone wants to think that they like the team that they think that they are and the team that we've known they've been, they keep this game close. I think if they get blown out tonight, the Bombers do, it causes a lot of that, like, not doubt to creep in, but it's that like, oh, this isn't your, the Bombers of 2019 to 2024. Do you guys agree with that?
True.
Like, I think the Bombers need to keep it close tonight.
Well, whoever wins tonight ain't winning next week.
Well, the easy question now is does Zach Caleros get a hard hit tonight? Because we know in the last 3 Labor Day Classics, he's taken some rather gnarly hits.
Yes, he will.
Dallas says yes.
Yes, I have it here.
I'm saying if for Bombers to win tonight.
Not dirty, just hard. You said hard.
Well, no, he's had a cheap shot taken the last few years. He had Marino in 22, Pete Robinson with the headbutt 2 years ago, and then Miles Brown with the shoulder tackle. So, I mean, like, do we see a 4th year of that? I don't really, I'm not too sure, but I do think tonight is going to be an exciting game. But I will say this, if I do like your take though on, whichever team wins tonight ain't losing next week. I just think that, with Saskatchewan really having an ABC kind of season, anyone but Calgary, if they were to have a close game tonight, even if they win close, I could see a game where like basically I'm gonna rewind my thoughts just for the Saskatchewan fan there. I think this is as best of a time as any for the Bombers to really put their mark in on the playoff hunt in the West, especially too because we do have Edmonton out of nowhere now where, hey, they're looking good. Hey, Toronto had a really good game last week. So it's really open season, but I think this is a big chance for Winnipeg to take advantage of them, or Trevor Harris just, blows them out. But I think there's too much going in Winnipeg's favor for Winnipeg to have a bad game.
The only way Winnipeg wins tonight is if Oliveira goes off for like 200 fucking yards, pardon my French, and two touchdowns, or if Claris throws like 3 touchdowns. That's the only way they're going to win.
So here's my other thing too with that. That's why I'm saying Winnipeg close, because I don't know how much you guys pay attention to the sports books, but the spread's been coming down and down. It started at like -5.5. It's already down to -4 on TuneBet, which for folks out there is the official betting partner of the CFL. And this week's picks are brought by Gents Boutique. But that's why I think there's a chance for the Bombers to win, but I still like the Riders to win. I'm going to say that to make your friend happy.
Those injuries in the Riders secondary. We got Marcus Sales in game time decision.
Yep.
And they're really banged up on the back end. And that's been, probably the position group that's needed the most help this year.
That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. I think the Bombers keep it close, but the Riders win the game.
Yep, that sounds good to me.
Yeah. And then I'm going to get your friend Dallas's opinion first on this one tomorrow, because I'm going to say my piece. I don't know if Toronto is going to win tomorrow, but I'm going to be there. I assume the two of you, obviously, I assume both of you are going to be there. I am taking that 57.5 point over for this game tomorrow. Hey, I'm a sicko. I bet an over parlay for all 3 games to go over this weekend just because I love football that much.
So here's my thing is the only way that Toronto wins tomorrow is if they can disrupt the offensive line like Sass did last night or last week.
I think there's a mix of that because Toronto's D-line and defense if Toronto's defense plays the way they did against BC, I don't think they're going to win the same way, but I definitely think they can win. I think this is ultimately going to come down to which quarterback loses the turnover battle, because we know Nick Arbuckle can throw some goofy interceptions. We haven't seen Bo really do much of that this year. Like, obviously the BC game was lost, because Tim White tried being a hero, as you and I, like we spoke about. But I really think with this game, it's open season, but I will say this though, for Toronto, it's not must win, but it feels like it's a must win as possible, to where, you know what, hey, they win this one, they're 4-8, they're going into the bye week, they're getting healthy. Ryan Hunter's going to be in the lineup tomorrow. Makai Polk's playing tomorrow, but obviously there are some big losses. Mac Mahon's not going to play. Sluka's out. Daniels, Coxie is out, which with Coxie, I want to clarify something I said on Twitter earlier this week, because someone asked me, is he on the 1 game or the 6 game? Because I missed this on the transaction wire. Coxie is on, and this is for my colleague David Morisuti. Coxie's on the 6 game, but he can be activated at any time. He doesn't have to serve a full 6. So that's just something I wanted to clarify for everyone.
So Ben Grant told me the other day, so this would be game number 2 of him being on the 6 game.
Correct.
So going back to my point, you can't double team Lawler like you guys did earlier in the year, because then they'll just go to other people. That's why I'm saying, in order for Toronto to win tomorrow, they have to take apart Hamilton's offensive line.
They basically have to neutralize Greg Bell, which I think they can do. So if they can neutralize Greg Bell, but you're right, because I remember the BC game, BC's defense, what did they do? They took away Kenny Lawler. What did they do? Keandre Smith and Brandon O'Leary Orange really had great days those games. And Bo Levi was like, because that's what Bo is so good at. Bo will recognize what's working and what's going well for him, and he's going to use that to exploit the other team. He will do that. That's why I think, for as much as everything's just going hand in hand, that's why I think more of this game is going to come down to which version of Nick Arbuckle do we get versus which version of Bo do we get. Because I think for Bo can play his best and Hamilton can still lose. But I think for Toronto to win, Arbuckle's got to play the same way he did last week and not turn the ball over, because as Ben pointed out, there were some of those touchdowns last week. The one Herslow touchdown very well could have been a pick.
My thing is if Brown gets injured, they're only dressing 1 running back this week.
It'll be Mattal. It'll be Kevin Mattal is going to take some snaps. They'll do some jet sweeps and other looks like that with him. But the thing is, though, if Toronto does that, where they play what's called the Ottawa Red Black style of offense, where they're like, we're going to throw the ball. Who's Hamilton's? Monson's going to recognize that and be like, oh, you're going to sit back this. We're going to put our linebackers back into coverage, and we're going to pick you off the same way that Toronto's defense did last year in the East semifinal. If the two of you remember that game, Ottawa was not running the ball. Ottawa's a better team at running the football, but that's another topic for another day. Ultimately, though, with this game, I am going to say Hamilton because this is a get-right game for them. We know they had 2 bad losses in a row to BC and Sask, and what better way, because I'll say this too for Hamilton. If Hamilton were to lose this game, it is a sold-out building tomorrow. It is going to be full. I know the full seats are sold. I believe standing room sold out. They lose tomorrow. I don't know if it's panic with the Cat fan base, but it's definitely, that, oh, shit, here we go again kind of feeling where it's just like, we got off to this hot start and now we're 6-5 while Montreal's getting healthy. Toronto's 4-8. I'm not saying this loss will kill their season, but I feel like a loss like this for fans can kind of, get those negative thoughts setting in. It's kind of like what I like to call being a Maple Leafs fan, where, they'll have one bad loss in the playoffs like they did in Game 5 against Ottawa, and all of a sudden it's, we suck. It's, all the bad stuff's about to happen again.
True.
Do you agree with that, or do you think this is this loss?
I just think like tomorrow's game will be a lot like last year's Labor Day, where it will come down to like a field goal.
I think it's going to be more like the game. I don't know if you guys remember this one, the Friday night game a couple of weeks after Labor Day, which was one on the leg of Legio, for lack of a better word. Do you remember that game? The Friday night at BMO Field?
Yes, because I was sitting front row behind the team's bench.
Oh, okay. Yes, because I remember there was a lot of Hamilton fans there. I remember that game was just very back and forth, and then Toronto's defense made a couple bad plays towards the end. They got into position, and Legio, I think, kicked. I think it was at least a 45-yarder. He banged one through. So ultimately, I am going to go Hamilton tomorrow. Because look, hey, you can't call me biased. You can't call me unbiased. I'm going with what I think. I just think, like I said, get right game for the Cats. Does that make sense?
What's the spread?
Right now it is at 5.5.
Ooh, so they're saying between a field goal and a touchdown.
Yeah, that sounds right to me. I love my Argos. I'd love to see them pull it off, but
I mean,
I think it's really hard to win any of the Labor Day Classics being a visitor. Say home field advantage is maybe worth 3 points on the spread, but on Labor Day, I think it's more like 5.5.
Yeah, I do think
more so, but the crowd is just going to be amped. I think you're totally right. It'll be a shootout. Take the over. We should have done that last week too. Yeah, it's gonna be. It should be a great one.
Then,
so excited for these games.
Then you have Hirschlow and Polk being guarded by Peters and Talbert. And then don't forget, Cachatonis is back this week too, which we didn't have him last week.
2 weeks ago, you mean?
Yes, sorry. Yes, 2 weeks ago.
Yes. My thing with this game too is, for as much as I would like the Argos to win, the other big X factor with this game, as I can tell, he's also an Argos. Dallas also an Argos fan. If Toronto gets off to the same start as they did against BC, they're in a lot of trouble. They have to come out hot. They can't settle for field goals. Red zone efficiency has to be not perfect, but at least 80% red zone efficiency. And they really have to limit those big plays. I think if they can do that, that's their recipe to win. Hamilton doesn't really have a recipe to lose. I think it's more about how does Toronto play in this game will dictate how it goes. I know that sounds kind of stupid, but that's just how I think. What version of the Argonauts do we see? Do we see the one we saw in June and July, or do we see the one that we've seen in the last month or so?
For a while there, we weren't sure which element of the Argos was the problem, but in the last number of weeks, it's become really apparent as we've seen Nick Arbuckle and the offense just really able to generate a lot of points, yardage. But that defense is going to have to be really solid. Like you say, like Bo Levi Mitchell, he can pick things apart and see things. And Sluka being out is a huge loss on the back end for the Argos this week. So they're going to have to be all the things you said, firing on all cylinders. And hopefully we get a good one. I hope it does come down to a field goal or down to the wire. But I think it's going to be a tough task for sure.
One other big note for tomorrow, and I've been following this all week, is Ryan Hunter will be starting the game at right tackle tomorrow, which is big for that offensive line as well.
The only thing I'm hoping is that hopefully if we come out to like some type of lead, hopefully we don't let them back in like we're known to do.
That's why I'm saying I think that's the thing. Whoever gets off to an early lead, just keep your foot on the gas. It's basically, this is going to be about keeping your foot on the gas for 60 minutes. This isn't going to be 45 minutes, not 15, not 30. You got to play a full 60 tomorrow to win this game.
Mind you, if they play like they did last year, you guys had to score more than 34 points just to win a damn game.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Toronto's has some of the highest for points scored, but points allowed. It's what we call a Big 12 style football team. Basically, for that's college football where there's no defense played and it's all offense played. And then tomorrow night we finish in Alberta, Calgary, Edmonton. I'm going to go with a very crazy pick here.
You're going Edmonton.
Here's the thing. If they are who they want to tell us they are, they're going to come out and have a really good game and potentially win this one. They're +7 on the spread. I took them at +240 on the money line. So basically means $100 would win you $240. I didn't bet that, obviously, bet responsibly. I just think that Edmonton, for all the talking that we've seen, who have they beaten? They beat a bad Montreal team. They beat the Argonauts, who, like we said, we like and we want to see win, except for tomorrow if you're Rick. And they beat Dustin Crum. So tomorrow, you know what? It's, hey, you have a chance to go out there and show the rest of the world, as Rick's connections got lost, with the Edmonton Elks, you really have a chance to show the rest of the CFL. I was saying with Edmonton, they have a chance to show the CFL world that they are a real team. You know, if you want to be real, basically, you want to be the man, you got to beat the man.
True.
Yeah, that's just what I got to say about that game. Like, for all I know, I could be wrong. I just think that, you know what, for Edmonton, if you want to be taken seriously, because you know how every year they do this, they got off to a poor start. By the time they're done, they're playing catch up. So it's just, oh no, we're fine. We're fine. You win a game like this tomorrow, it really changes it puts the West Division on a whole nother level to where you can make cases for any of the 5 teams making the playoffs, even though their record isn't as strong. But you have BC, who's been really wonky. You're Edmonton. You can take some advantages,
Yeah. So now here's the question. If you're picking Elks tomorrow, do you think they can sweep them and win next week, or do you think it goes 1-1?
I think it goes. I'm going to say 1-1. This pick for me, and you apologize for cursing earlier, but it's mine. You know what this pick is for me? It's a fuck around and find out pick. You know what? Hey, who knows what can happen? The CFL's a goofy league. I just think that if you're Edmonton, and like I said, do the Elks want to be taken seriously? And because here's the thing too. If they can limit VA and keep that defense off the field, they play better. It's when the offense isn't producing anything and the defense is on the field for extended periods of time, they get picked apart and just mercifully defeated and beaten. So I think it's really going to come down to, how does Cody Fajardo play? Because we have to remember too, Cody Fajardo is not afraid of the big moment. Cody Fajardo is not afraid of the spotlight. That's something that the Elks have lacked a quarterback for a while, is, that big game, big time player. And now they have him in Cody.
Don't forget that Dunbar and Robbie Smith are both on 6 game too.
Yeah. No.
And Dunbar was a key receiver.
Calgary's banged up too, though.
Yeah. Because who knows? Maybe Calgary's a weird team. For some reason, they can beat the best of the best. They could beat the Rough Riders for 2 straight games, but then they lose they get swept by the Red Blacks. Maybe they get swept by the Elks. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just weird. That's how weird of a league the CFL is, but I kind of love it for that, It's like it's quirkiness.
See, I'm the opposite, because you took the Riders, I took the Bombers, but then I took Hamilton, you took Hamilton, but then I took Calgary and you took Edmonton. So it's like you said, it's one of those fucking picks.
Yeah, that's what this pick is for me. Like, I also I see everyone too talking about Edmonton, where it's just like, same old Edmonton, same year. But for an Edmonton team where they're really, and also we have to remember this too. This is a chance for Mark Cullum to really show Dave Dickinson, like, hey, I'm doing just fine on my own as head coach. Yeah. And what better of a feeling would it be for him to go back to Calgary and get a win tomorrow night?
Yeah. I mean, and Cody Fajardo is going to play the rest of his career with a chip on his shoulder with something to prove.
Yeah.
And adding Killam into the mix for this one too, I think there could be a surprise. I think you guys are onto something here.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that too. Because like even too, Trevor Harris is the same sort of way, but for him, it's more about Trevor Harris just wants to have the legacy of having his own Grey Cup, kind of like what Fajardo did in 23. But for Cody, it's always, oh, you had this and that. You had 1, 2, 3. Like, you had the Grey Cup, but then you had some, like, because there's a few plays from that Grey Cup I always remember. There's the touchdown to Phil Pott, which also was an excellently run route. But then there's also the what was the play? The third down throw to Speaker. I'm not sure if either of you guys were at the game, but I always will remember those two plays. That third down throw to Speaker. Like Cody showed, like, hey, I can do what it takes to get it done. I'm not saying this game is the Grey Cup, but this game is really a chance for him to show the rest of the world, hey, I still got it. And as they're walking, they're on the CFL Fights Cancer walk from BMO Field, ending tomorrow in Hamilton Stadium.
I'm still here. People keep on calling me, so I tell them go away.
Just put your phone in airplane mode and be like, fuck off, I'm recording with Griff.
CFL super fan.
Yes. But do you guys agree with that with Cody, where it's like Cody has the ability to really do what he like Cody has the ability to win the big game, but if he wins tomorrow, he really has the chance to like rewrite his own story. Before you guys do get what's the bar tonight again?
Way to go, Connor.
Where's the bar you're going to tonight?
I'm here, don't worry.
No, what's the bar you're going to tonight? Call again. Can you hear me?
Hold on.
Okay.
People keep on calling me and messing up with my set.
Hold
on, give me a sec. Oh, can you see me now?
Yeah, I see you. I hear you. So,
okay, so you can see me.
Yeah, I'd really appreciate you guys like chiming in.
For some reason. Give me a second.
Now we have Rick times 2.
Yes.
But actually,
No, because what happened was someone was trying to call my phone.
Yeah.
Then I got back on. I could see you, but I couldn't hear you. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just leave and come back.
You know what, though? I got you here. So I was almost about to ban you from the studio. But no, I'm like, I'm just going to kick the other Rick out from the studio. You're a good guy. Hey, you're I'm going to say this publicly. Rick's letting me park free tomorrow at his
That's right.
establishment. Yes. So what I will do, but nonetheless aside, I don't want to take up too much of your gentlemen's time. I really appreciate you guys, kind of calling in, having a nice Sunday afternoon chat. Hopefully I kept you guys company on this last half hour of your walk.
Also, we will have our buckets more at the game too.
Okay.
To donate.
I was about to say too, I'm not going to show it, but I will have something for you guys tomorrow for the bucket for sure.
Oh, okay.
At some point, whether it's before the game, whether it's probably be before the game or after the game.
I'm sure you'll be able to. We'll get it free after the game because you still have to come to my house to pick up your car.
Yes, but here's the thing with that though. I only say that because I don't know if you're too familiar with the elevator situation at Hamilton Stadium, but once I get up to level 7, I'm not coming back down until I have to.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, and that's not you. That's on the stadium being. Basically, BMO Field's elevators are only used for like if you're in a suite or if you're in like the club levels. Hamilton's is just like, hey, everyone gets up and goes into it, where I'm just like, I'm just like, I'm going there, I'm getting up and I'm going there. But for everything going on, I'm going to share all the links in the bios, like the same ones, I talked to last time. I'm just going to say this to the two of you, gents. Keep fighting the good fight. I know probably your feet are killing you right now and all that stuff.
That's okay. We still have tomorrow. We still have tomorrow, too.
You still have tomorrow. You guys are doing an awesome thing. You got to just keep rocking on, keep killing it. I will see you gentlemen tomorrow at some point, and have a great night. Where's the restaurant you're going to again?
Joe Dogs.
Joe Dogs.
Joe Dogs on Brant?
Yes, on Brant Street in Burlington.
Yeah, we got a good crowd coming out. Thanks so much for having Rick and us on today and for sharing the walk and just for all the great work, sharing and promoting CFL. This was super fun, and we're thankful for people like you doing this.
Yeah, no problem. It's been my pleasure. There was one other thing I was going to say. Oh, Rick, I did find out for the game on September 13th.
Yes.
Go Transit is not basically Go Transit's closed from like Oakville to like Exhibition that day, so it's really.
Don't even get me started on Go Transit after today.
Okay. What happened today?
I was supposed to catch 2 trains from Oakville or from Oakville or wherever I was catching it. They weren't going to Bronte, so I had to get off at Oakville. So 2 trains were delayed because of the Wellington Canal. Then my Uber driver is driving a Tesla and decides to check his email while he's driving, so he's not even paying attention to the road.
Teslas do have autopilot, to be fair.
Listen, when a Ticat fan's life's in jeopardy, you can't take that risk.
You make a very fair point. You got to get the precious cargo to Hamilton Stadium for tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Gentlemen, enjoy Joe Dogs. Have a great rest of your walk. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow.
We will talk details for tomorrow.
Yes, I will do all that. But anyway, guys, very brief impromptu episode number 381 of YWC Football Talk.
381. Let's go.
381. These guys got
19 away from 400.
Yes, I'm 19 away from 400. Enjoy Labor Day weekend, guys. Have a great one.
Yeah.